Hey, what's going on, guys? Lionel here, and let me first start off by apologizing. If you left comments, I promise you I will get with you. I will respond maybe over the next couple of days. I've been extremely busy with life, changed jobs. I had to train uh, the last fella. I'm learning a lot at my new job. There's a lot more responsibilities. Um, so I just not have had a time to get on to really watch any videos. So hopefully I can catch up in the next couple of weeks. I really don't know, but I did want to get this video out as we are transitioning to spring. And for us here in Texas, I'm in the Dallas area. It is already spring. I mean, we've had 80-degree days the last few days. I mean, consistently. All next week are going to be in the mid 70 to mid 70s. After that, it just gets warmer and warmer. So really, for me, my spring really begins in late February, early March, goes through mid-April. Right around the end of April, it starts to really get warm, and I'm in 80-degree averages. May, I'm in 90-degree averages. 85, 90 degrees. June, July, you can forget it. I mean, it's Iran out there in the summers. So, with that said, I'm going to do a top 15. Now, these are not in order. I may refer back to some of these being in my top 10 fragrances, or who could make a top five of my spring fragrances. But I really don't know. I'm really, really flexible, so I really don't know. And understand here, a lot of these fragrances, some of you guys may feel are, summer fragrances or fall fragrances. So this is just my perspective on it. These are the things that I wear more in spring weather, 70 degrees, 75 degree, you know, high 60s, 68 to 75 type of weather, which is really the average range here since, the end of February. So with that said, these are not in order. I'm just going to grab them and kind of, talk about them. I'll give you a little, a little blurb about them. And hopefully, hopefully you like the list. With that said, let's jump right into it. I'm going to grab from the House of 24. It is Go Dark. Now, Go Dark is supposed to be a dark fragrance, but the opening is very, very apple, grapefruit, little sweet, little density, some vanilla. I get a lot of little musk in it. And it really exudes a sort of a spring fragrance to me, and not a very winter. Like, of the four 24 fragrances, this is actually the lightest, even in comparison to the original 24, which is sort of a lavender, sort of has a very nice spring feel to it. Also, and if I had that one, I would put it in the list. I do have a decant of it, but if I had a bottle, I would put it in the list. I have a very small amount. But anyway, I really do like 24 too, so that one probably will be on this list. But Go Dark, apple, sweet, grapefruit, very unique fragrance. And I actually have it in the back of my hand now. And to me, this is a very spring fragrance in my perspective. Not spring as in grass, green flowers, but spring as in, the type of temperature and the environment I would wear this in. So that's that one. The next one's going to come from the House of Bond. It is Riverside Drive, if you can see that. But anyway, Riverside Drive is a beautiful green fragrance, pineapple, green, sort of a mix of pineapple and green Irish tweed, sort of to me, sort of grassy, sort of very, very green, but with this pineapple accord that really gives it this sweetness and that bond sort of feel to it. This is beautiful for the spring, folks. The next one is going to come from the House of Tom Ford, and it is Great Vetiver, and this is in my top 10 fragrances in my collection. I absolutely adore it, maybe even top five. For some reason, Great Vetiver has won my heart, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I appreciate Peanut for giving me a great deal on this one a while back ago, last summer maybe. Um, Next one's going to come from the House of Chapard, and it is Noble Cedar, and it is a beautiful cedar birchwood, sort of like the birchwood that you find in a Aventus, with this cedar note, uh, lots of vetiver kind of surrounding it. It is a beautiful herbal fragrance. I thoroughly, thoroughly enjoy this, and I recommend that you get this fragrance. The bottle is a work of art itself. Like, this glass, this is metal. This ain't no flimsy plastic. This glass is so heavy, and like, this is probably one of the heaviest bottles in my collection. But it is a very, very gorgeous fragrance. Look it up when you get a chance, Noble Cedar. I actually saw somebody in a swap thread selling it. I would pick it up personally. The next is going to come from the House of Gare or Gay Ness, Gare Ness. Um, Man, it sort of has a summer note. If you look at the notes, it's summery, but it's fairly dense and a little sharp. And because of that, this is more of a spring than a summer. This can be very cloying in the summer heat. So I wear this one more in the spring, more of as a signature type of fragrance. That's what I have left of it. I've had it for a while now. I decanted a little bit of it, but I wore this when I first got it. I wore this almost every day, and it is still one of my top 20 fragrances, top 15 maybe. Guerness. So that is, I got 5 there. Yeah, that's all I got is 5 there. So let's get into these 10 here. A lot of people put this in the fall, but because of the citrus opening and the Nisi kind of giving it a freshness, I love L'instant de Guerlain pour Homme, one of my signature scents. This one I wear in the springtime and not the fall, and I pick up the lid obviously in the fall, winter. Next one comes from the house of Le Lobo. That's all I got left is Rose 31. When I first got this, I mean, this was full pretty much, and I wore this one to freaking death. I wore it every day for like 2 weeks straight one time because I loved it that much. Very beautiful. You know about it, Rose 31. The next one comes from the house of Prada, and it is Prada Amber Pour Homme. Exudes spring, soapy, fresh, clean, suede, thick, little dense. Uh, I get some of the leather and a lot of the sweetness from it. This is a beautiful spring fragrance. A little too hot for the summer for me unless I'm inside. But you know, if I'm outside, I'm going somewhere. Prada Amber Pour Homme. And again, probably another of my top 20, top 25 fragrances. Next one comes from the house of Hermes, and it is Un Jardin Mediterranee. Fig, best fig on the planet to me. Beats out Velasquez, beats out Healy's figure. It beats out every fig that I've come across. It even beats out um, um, uh, uh, what's my man name? I'll think about it in a minute. But anyway, it beats those guys out too. The Oud Immortal guys, Barredo. It beats out Barredo's Pope to me also. So that's my perspective on that one. The next one comes from the House of Bond again, and it is Eau de New York. This is the fancier bottle. This is a tester bottle. You see, I don't have a cap on it. Um, Beautiful, neroli, thick, sweet, dense. Sort of my complement to like Sweet Redemption, sort of. You know, Sweet Redemption I kind of wear in the fall. I'll put it in the spring, but you know, the incense and the other notes. This is the neroli I reach for when I want to pop. You know what I'm saying? I want something thick and sweet and bond like. This I go for Eau de New York, and it's very hot for the summer. So with that said, the next one is going to come from the House of Chanel, and it is Allure Homme. If I own Platinum Egoist, I would put that in the list. Top 15 and probably bump one of these out. But anyway, cinnamon, vanilla, pink pepper, beautiful for the spring for me. A lot of people wear this in the fall. They say it's heavy. I actually go about 4 sprays in the spring on this, man. I absolutely love the way this smells. I don't care if it becomes a little cloying to others around me. Next, it comes from the house of Dior, Christian Dior, and this is Dior Homme, Silver 2, original formula. I don't know, who cares? Anyway, beautiful. Iris powder, you know what Dior Homme is, and I love it for the springtime. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Next one comes from the House of Creed, and it is Tabaron Mélissine. I put a dent in this one. This was full all the way to the top. I put a pretty big dent in this one. I wear this one quite a bit. This one gets in the rotation at least, 3-4 times a month. Love wearing it to work. It just exudes classiness with the ginger and the citrus notes, and then the tobacco and the kind of the vetiver running through there. Beautiful, beautiful. And finally, Mugler, and I have Pure Havane. You know, a lot of people wearing it in the fall. I wear this one in the summer or in the spring. I actually absolutely love it in the spring, in the summer, in the warmer weather because it just that cherry accord, whatever that fruity accord really pops out, and when that heat hit it. And in the summer, in the winter, it gets more vanilla, a little more dense, a little more. I get a lot, the tobacco is a bit more pronounced in the winter, but in the summer, the top notes really burn well for me. So I really like this one in the spring and the summer. So with that said, again, I'll run it quick through. Pure Havane, Dior Homme, Chanel Allure Homme, Eau de New York by Bond, Tabaron Mélissine by Creed, Mediterranee by Hermes, beautiful fig fragrance. Prada Amber Pour Homme, Guerness from Guerre, Rose 31 from the Lobo, L'Instant de Guerlain Pour Homme, not the extreme, Great Vetiver, top 10 fragrance in my collection, I have Noble Cedar by Chapard, 24 Go Dark, and finally Riverside Drive by Bond. So really appreciate you guys watching. I promise you I'll catch up on all comments. I'll do my best to comment to this as you guys respond. I really appreciate you guys. Shout out to all you guys who are continuing to do a good work. D. Greg, you need to stay there. Coach Rob, shout out to you. Shout out to all Fragrance Fanatic who always got me searching. And everybody else out there who continually put out great videos and keep the community positive. On a side note, I got about a minute and a half. Positivity. Shout out to the Fragrance Brothers for the positivity video, Franchise. What I love about the community is the diversity. Listen, I'm a black guy, grew up in the hood, whatever. But the diversity. I mean, I don't think a lot of us would even really talk much outside of this common thread, this scarlet thread of fragrances that we have in common. So, man, I really appreciate the diversity of the community. I really appreciate the openness. I really appreciate just the differences that everybody brings and perspectives and likes and dislikes. And so I love the community because there's so many things. There's so many things that I can't ever get to, and I get a lot of information from you guys. So continue to do a good work out there. Fragrance Brothers, continue to keep up the movement. Everybody, let's drop the drama. Let's grow the community. Let's get deeper. Let's get more experience. Let's start experiencing some of the classics. Guys, get your nose on new stuff. Let the community know. I really appreciate it. And everyone who comments, all of my recent subscribers, I really, really appreciate you guys. I thank you for subscribing because, you could be doing anything else with your time. So the fact that you're watching me, I am humbled and I'm appreciative of all the support that I get from all of you guys. You guys, God bless. Have a great weekend, and I'll be interacting with you soon.